Well, hello, everyone. Thanks for coming. As you can tell, I am not Scott Lomu, but today it's going to be me, Paul Barlow, and Amy Wolkenhauer, and we're going to kind of do the community call this time around. Scott's, um, I don't even know what he's doing, but he's busy doing a whole bunch of stuff. I know all the time. But yeah, should we kick it off?
Yeah, that's
Okay, great. So, welcome everyone. Today we are going to be talking about carbon credits, carbon offsets, and carbon insets. Um, and so, the reason we wanted to talk about this for this community call is because we actually wanted to, we feel like it's a really important topic actually because it plays a huge, important role in Element United's direction and focus, right? And it affects every single one of our products. It's definitely been a big work in progress, as we're going more into this sustainability approach with all of our products, but it's been opening many doors, many opportunities for us, and even though it's been a long kind of process for us to kind of make these new adjustments in this new direction as we're still learning a lot about it. I think overall it's going to be the most rewarding for the company. And so I'm gonna um, turn the time over to Amy Wolkenhauer. So she's amazing and a significant part of our team for sure. So go ahead, Amy.
Thanks, Paul. Um, so my name is Amy Wolkenhauer, and I'm the VP of Sustainability at Elements. It's been a while since I've been on camera. There's been a lot going on behind the scenes, but we thought we would catch up and talk about the differences between carbon credits, carbon offsets, and carbon insets. They all really have the same purpose, which is to reduce emissions, but they all function a little differently. So these are going to come up more and more. Sometimes we use them interchangeably. Sometimes we say carbon offset or carbon credit. That's really kind of, we're motivated towards the same direction. But we also wanted to be more inclusive and get that language out there. So start, pumping through the credit offset and inset. You're gonna hear it a little bit more often these days, or in the coming days rather. So just to explain quickly, a carbon credit
Okay, let
is
me share my screen too, and we can kind of
oh,
look at this presentation as Amy's talking. All right. Sorry to cut you off.
no, quite all right. Always good to have a visual.
You see my screen right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
definitely. So carbon credits are permission slips, if you will. They are part of the cap and trade markets. And they allow a business or manufacturing or shipping, they allow you to emit carbon emissions. So one certificate is equal to like 1 metric ton of carbon or its equivalent. And in the future, you might hear us talking about this regarding maybe California's cap and trade program, where they could be coming, a business could be coming to us to secure carbon credits in our system on our marketplace to meet their emission limits, or if they've exceeded them, they would come to us to match that above limit that they have achieved. Carbon offsets are voluntary. So we get to choose to be good stewards of the land, whether you're a business, a small business, or an individual. So you as a subscriber get to benefit by choosing to be a part of a project like the Ghana project that Paul, you and Scott are going to go start here in the next month. Really excited about that project. Or perhaps if you're a part of the program, then you already know that carbon offsets are helping regenerative farming in Brazil. We have also worked with methane capping in Thailand and various farmland around the United States. Hopefully those programs are going to expand with more offset subscribers. the more we can do. And then insets are probably the most exciting part of carbon or the carbon world because this is impacting the manufacturing system. So a company itself can choose to change its manufacturing policies and such as like a investing in biofuels or increasing their energy efficiency somewhere between the cradle to consumer, how they start their business, where it begins, whether it's oh goodness, like making t-shirts. So in the field, all the way to the manufacturing and to the shipping and to the flights and in the store to you. Where are they going to make that offset happen or that inset happen? So that's pretty exciting.
And so what's a specific example that we plan on doing, right? For like insetting one of our products.
Oh, we do have some ideas on what we would like to do. Perhaps it's going to be in electronics. So
Well,
what if it,
we also talked about doing it with the offset bracelets, right? Having those already
Sure.
inset as we start to ship those out.
Oh, exactly. Absolutely. Actually, that is a really, thank you for bringing that up. So we are looking at, we are looking at including the insets in the flight or the shipping route, basically from Ghana to you, where and however that whatever that calculates to be. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you feel like, Amy, as far as the government regulations and policy goes, how do they play an effectiveness of these credits and these offsets and insets? I mean, you mentioned the cap and trade.
Right, exactly. So the European Union has a emissions trading scheme, and they just started requiring shipping industry to be a part of this emissions cap, which means that we will be reducing emissions, or they will be expecting emissions to be reduced. Anything that comes into their country, shipped into their country, will be a part of this program. So that expansion typically starts in Europe. Now California has adopted it, or not now, but they have adopted it. And then it typically spreads to the rest of the country. And so we start looking at each one of our businesses, and even Fortune 500 businesses. Actually, the IRS just started something. They are requiring publicly traded companies to list their scope one and scope two emissions so that consumers or investors have an opportunity to see how the company is run. And then the consumers can make a judgment. Is this a good product? Do I want to buy this product? And so that consumer push is actually going to be helping a lot with businesses in the future, as far as changing the way that they have their manufacturing and whether or not they're being good stewards of the earth. Other programs that are working right now are carbon exchanges. Indonesia has one, London has one. I believe the Middle East is developing a carbon exchange as well. It's actually just really proliferating.
Mhm.
Um, Times it goes up and down, but mostly it's on an upward approach.
I mean, just even in my own personal life, I definitely have been seeing it more and more. I think it's becoming more common for sure.
Right, right. I think we were working with a woman from Indonesia recently, and she was saying that they have insets or offsets rather in their delivery services. So it is starting to, go around the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for sure. What safeguards do you feel like organizations can adopt, to avoid issues regarding, like maybe it's overstating their offset achievements or things like that?
Well, the reason why it's exciting for us is because of blockchain, and it allows that safeguard of honesty and trust and transparency. And we were talking recently, and I was discussing the origins of organic certification or fair trade certification. And these were just basically checklists at some point in time. And there could be a lot of perhaps nefarious actors that weren't exactly truthful. Was this initiative good for the community? Were the people paid well? Is this environmentally a good solution? And so when you got the organic item to your shelf in your store and you picked it up, you thought, okay, I'm doing something good for the environment, but you don't really know.
Hmm.
Blockchain is going to do that for carbon credits and carbon offsets. And it allows the consumer, and we've seen a few of these companies in the news over the past few years. It helps the company stay on the up and up, and helps the consumer make a decision that is educated to say, yes, they are doing something that's good for the planet, and I do want to make a purchase from them.
That's a good point.
So, how do you feel about our program? I mean, I'm doing all the talking here. I want to hear a little bit from you. How do you think our offset program is working? Do you think it's going to help the consumers understand, what they need to do? I mean, how do you think the reward system is working?
Well, I do think, I mean, we are working on trying to bring that education in because I still think education is a huge part of it. But overall, I think our program is special, in the fact that we do give users, we're rewarding them with digital tokens, element tokens.
Right.
And I don't know if anybody else is really doing that, right? It's like,
I don't think
take,
so.
and so I think that's really cool. And I think that gives us a very unique, um, what's the word, like marketing, aspect to it because um, it's really a win-win for the user because not only are they doing good for the environment, they're offsetting stuff and they're, essentially making the world a better place, but they're also getting rewarded doing so. And their rewards are determined by the community, and those rewards, they could they might explode, they might do fantastic, and it's like, so it's really cool to see, and um, yeah, I think it's an awesome system that we have going on, and I think it's it's very unique for sure.
I think it's meaningful. I think it's absolutely meaningful. And it's not that we're just going to give an opportunity for the consumers or the offset subscribers to say, okay, I've offset 40% of my footprint for the year, I'm done.
Yeah.
There will be learning opportunities, there will be engagement opportunities. So there's more, you feel more of a
Mhm.
tangible impact that you can make through the program. I think that part of it is sort of exciting for me. I love being able to help people not just just improve a few things here and there, but also like I like the saving money aspect of it. Just a few changes and you can see a lot of extra dollars in your bank account at the end of the month, or goodness, at the end of the year, which really makes the offset subscription sort of pay for itself, or it
Mhm.
will. It will
Yeah.
eventually be that. So I'm excited about that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the bracelet, I mean,
Right.
don't you think the bracelet is one of those meaningful options as well?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's I mean, the bracelet in itself, even if we weren't rewarding people, digitally, like the bracelet is just awesome to see like a real world purchase going to, back to those Ghanaians and the village and bringing those families some sustainable income, and making generational impact, which
Yes.
that's really cool. But just the fact that you're also getting, digital tokens for buying the offset bracelet and stuff and having an offset subscription.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. I think the bonus to that is that when mines go into these areas and the people are, ultimately employed by them, they lose their heritage, they lose their
Mhm.
culture. The cacao trees that once provided this generational income, this, how long ago, how long did it go back? Was it grandparents, great grandparents? They lose that. And when the mine is gone, what do they have? You
Mhm.
know, there's a limited amount of time that the mine is there. And then the people are left with ecosystems and habitats, water, freshwater systems, groundwater that's been hopefully not completely destroyed. But, at some point in time, programs like Offset Bracelet or just the offset subscription, when we go in, we are able to rehabilitate, restore, and that, of course, adds or returns that heritage income opportunity, especially if we're able to do any kind of replanting and maybe help in education. Or I think you guys were just talking about a water well, which would be fantastic. But bringing back that opportunity for thriving, I think is an awesome extra to what we're doing. So yeah, just enabling those minds maybe to have a better outlook on what they should be doing when they're done. I think also integrating is kind of a maybe a credit for these mines in the future, so that even if they do plan on mining, that they have a restoration plan in effect, so that when they do leave, not only are they contributing through the carbon offsets, but maybe they also have programs installed or in place for helping the communities after as well. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that's very true. Um, um, let's see. You you do have a trip coming up, and we did kind of want to briefly talk about that.
Oh,
Uh,
yes.
here,
Yes.
I'm gonna switch this. So what do you plan on learning at this conference? What are you excited about it?
Well, to be honest, it's my first mining conference, so I'm really hoping to engage the community. I know that there are a lot of interesting speakers. We've got a few ideas up on the board of what they're going to be talking about. There's much more than this. But using blockchain to optimize the supply chain, that's actually pretty incredible. That's what we're doing with eVault, essentially, is the gold mine to the gold watch idea. So I'm excited to see who's a part of that, maybe have a chat with them. But overall, when we're building out the EMC, and this applies to both carbon offsets and the EMC, I guess, in eVault too, getting people, building the community, garnering some SMEs in the process that are able to just add to what we're doing and give it more credibility, uplift it, put their name to it. That's what I'm looking for, is really just developing that community and bringing them into the Element United's fold, and hopefully they'll start to talk about us more and get this idea out there. So we're really excited. I'm really excited about it. I think you really are too.
You've done a ton of work regarding our ethical mining certification, and so I'm excited for you to go.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, just for you guys out there, we are going to have a page put up super quick that is going to be onboarding for the first process of the ethical mining certification. I think we should talk about that another day. We might have spent too much time already today. We want this to be pretty quick, but just in short, we're going to have that first onboarding process ready to go here shortly for miners, so that we can start getting them involved and completely certified.
Um, I would, um, if anybody does have any more questions or want to go dive deeper in any of these topics, Amy can talk for hours because this is her passion, and she's, like I said, she's the VP for a reason. She's the sustainability expert for sure. Yeah, throw that in the chat or send us a message of like, hey, I would like to learn more about this, or I'd like to, we can do a whole another community call on just one specific subject.
Yeah.
We do like to keep these pretty short because I know it's in the middle of everyone's day and work week, but um, let's see. Let's see. Do you have anything else to add, Amy?
No, I mean, I would love to do another chat like this about anything specific that y'all want to learn about.
Okay.
Oh, and we should probably meet up after the mining conference too, so I can share how that goes.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, I thought I did want to say something else. Um, I'm not sure.
We'll put
Well,
it in the chat if we remember.
yeah. Yeah, I'll try and get this recording also posted onto our YouTube so that everybody can listen to it again. But yeah, I appreciate, you, Amy, and taking your time out of your day to
Likewise.
also come talk to everybody. But yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here. Lots of great information, and we're going to continue working on how we can implement, offsets, credits, and insets into our program and into our company, and make the Element United or Element community as great as we can make it. So I'll wrap it up there and stop sharing my screen.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thanks, Amy. And thanks everyone for coming. We appreciate it. Bye.